Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Hidden Valley High School for Game 2 of the season series between the host Mustangs and the Henley Hornets. Skyline Conference softball here on mybasin.com. I'm Matt Bowling. Kevin Petrick couldn't make it over the hill today, so it's just me with you this afternoon. Henley won the first game 8-3 on Tuesday. Hornets had an 8-0 lead headed into the sixth inning. Hidden Valley only had 2 hits through their first 5 innings, so Mustangs went on a late run. About as close as you can get to garbage time in a sport where there is no clock. It's Anna Harper leading off for Henley. She was 0 for 3 with an RBI on Tuesday. She fouled off the first pitch. Second one got away from the catcher. It's a ball. Lined past second base into center field. And Anna Harper has her first hit of the week. Briella Jacob is back in the circle today for Hidden Valley. She went the distance on Tuesday, as Harper tried to steal second, got thrown out. So that eliminates the leadoff runner as Samantha Moore is up to bat. Moore takes a strike. On Tuesday, she was 0 for 3. Did draw a walk. And she takes the ball here. Count is 2-1 to Moore. Make it 3-1 as that pitch up high. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Briella Jacob on Tuesday, as I mentioned, went the full 7 innings for Hidden Valley. Gave up 8 runs on 9 hits. Only half of those runs were earned, though. Struck out 1, walked 2. As Moore fouls 1 off. Count remains full. Hidden Valley had a rough time in the field. They were charged with 2 errors, but there were several times when they struggled to make what would usually be routine throws to first. Full count, and not sure if that hit Moore's foot, but either way, would have been ball 4, and she walks. So that brings up Annie Campos, who was 1 for 4 on Tuesday, but that one hit was a solo home run in the top of the first inning. Driven foul down the third baseline. Count goes to 1-1. Campos on the season is hitting .562. She's got 21 RBI, 3 home runs. Both of those last two figures are tied for the team lead. She's got a 2-1 count here with a runner on first. Right in the middle of the zone, strike 2. The 2-2 to Campos. That's low, full count. So for the second straight batter, Briella Jacob has a full count. And she walks again. So now it's Belle Birch. Birch was 0 for 4 on Tuesday. If she can get a hit here, it would likely give Henley the lead. More on second, Hayden Higgins, the courtesy runner for Annie Campos at first. One out for Henley here in the top of the first. First pitch, swing, driven through the gap. 1 run will score. Higgins to third. And Birch makes it a double. Henley takes a 1-0 lead for the second game in a row here in the top of the first. So that brings up Leliana Segura, who had a 2-run home run on Tuesday. Her second straight game with a dinger. On the day, she was 3 for 4. And Henley with a chance to really jump out to a solid lead in this one. Segura first pitch is low. Brian Stock, Henley head coach, telling Higgins to tag up and score if it's a pop fly. 1-1 count to Segura, and there's strike 2. One, two, fouled off. The 1-2 to Segura, fouled off again. Another 1-2, and that one upstairs. Two-two. Outside, count is full for the third straight batter. Popped foul down the first baseline. Jacob has issued 2 straight walks with a full count. Make it 3. Bases loaded for Henley. It's going to bring up Jillian Vickery. She was 2 for 4 on Tuesday, hitting .370 on the season. 1 home run, 14 RBI. She takes strike 1 looking. Bases loaded, 1 out for Henley. Hornets already have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. One to Vickery. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Big pitch here is way upstairs. 2-2. That's the 30th pitch that Briella Jacob has thrown this inning. 31 is upstairs to make the count full once again. She's issued 3 straight walks on a full count. And Vickery fouls one off. That one driven into right, caught for the out. Runner tags up and will score, as they're not quite able to get the throw home. So runners now on second and third for the Hornets. Sam Lesher with the timely throw to home that wasn't received cleanly. And Henley's up 2-0. First pitch to Natalie Hudson is a strike looking. Hudson was 0 for 2 on Tuesday. And she swings and misses here. Briella Jacob with a big chance to limit the damage to 2 runs this inning. 0-2 to Hudson. Driven foul and into the bushes. That one's not going to be fun for somebody to have to retrieve. Still an 0-2 count. Upstairs, ball one. One, two to Hudson. Another one high, ball two. Took Henley till the fifth inning to score their fourth run on Tuesday. A line drive from Hudson will get them there in the first. And the count is full. On the left edge of the strike zone. And down goes Hudson. Mustangs limit the damage to 2 runs in the first inning. They'll try to respond, come back here on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Henley scores 2 and strands 2 in the top of the first here at Hidden Valley. And now we will see the Mustangs line up for the first time today. Matt Bowling here with you in Grants Pass. Kevin Petrick couldn't make it over today. Annie Campos getting the start in the circle for the Hornets. On Tuesday, she went all 7 innings. Gave up 6 hits. 4 of those came in the last 2 innings. Allowed 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 10. That was only the 3rd game that Annie Campos has had to go the whole 7 innings this season. In all 3 of them, she's hit double-digit strikeouts. Umpire called time. Now he's ready. And the first delivery from Annie Campos is a strike. It's Emma Mendez to lead off for the Mustangs. And she chops one foul down the third baseline. Mendez was 1 for 3 on Tuesday. She has an 0-2 count here. And she fouls it off behind. Still an 0-2 count for Mendez. That one floated above the zone. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dropped strike 3. Throw to first is off target. Mendez is going to try to turn 2 and does. dropped third strike, turns into a double. Turns into 2 bases for Emma Mendez. So Hidden Valley, who didn't score their first run until the 6th inning on Tuesday, has a chance to get on the board here. Natalie Fay drops a bunt foul. Fay was 0 for 2 with a walk on Tuesday. Another bunt goes foul. The 2-2. Fouled off again. That time Fay just swinging at it. Seems like she may no longer be looking to bunt. 2-2 count with a runner in scoring position. And she chops one foul behind home plate. This is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. It's a 2-2 count. Another one foul behind the Hidden Valley dugout. A great battle here to open, well, for the second batter of the opening inning for Hidden Valley. Still 2-2. Swing and a miss. Campos got her. And it's going to bring up Sam Lesher. First pitch low. Lesher was 1 for 3 with an RBI on Tuesday. Big swing and a miss at that one. One count. Right through the zone, strike 2 called. One-two to Lesher. Way upstairs, runner will go to third. 2-2. Popped up, caught by Campos, and that will hold Mendez at third. It was a fairly easy pop-up for Annie Campos. I don't think she even had to leave the circle. So it'll bring up Aubrey Schmidt. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch she sees. Schmidt's got a .659 batting average this season. That's 7th among all players in Oregon. She watches that pitch roll on the turf. Also has 29 RBI. That's tied for 5th in the state. She has a chance to pick up number 30 here with a runner on third. Fouls that one into the chain link. .659 batting average was 2 for 4 on Tuesday. So statistically, an off day for her. That one off the top of Belle Birch's glove. Mendez doesn't try to come home. Annie Campos was covering. It's a 2-2 count. Two outs here in the bottom of the first. Another one fouled into the chain link. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And it's a ball inside. Count goes full. Chopped towards second, and they get her at first, barely. Henley keeps a 0 on the board for Hidden Valley in the first inning. Hornets back up to bat in the top of the second. When we come back, Hereson.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's earn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hidden Valley gets a runner to third, but can't bring her home in the bottom of the first, so Henley comes back up to bat in the top of the second, leading 2-0. Gracie White, the 8-hole hitter, leading things off. White last Thursday hit 2 home runs in Henley's game against Klamath Union. She gets hit by the first pitch she sees here. So that brings up Susie Nichols, who was 1 for 3 on Tuesday. Tries to square up a bunt, and it rolls foul. Henley currently in sole possession of first place in the Skyline Conference with a 7-0 league record. Hidden Valley, after Tuesday's loss, dropped to 4-1. Mustangs likely to be the biggest challenge for Henley in league play this year. They're ranked number 10 in 4A, according to the OSAA computer rankings. Hornets are number 1. Nichols' bunt stays fair, and she's safe at first. White advances to second. A perfect bunt from Susie Nichols. So we're back to the top of the order with Anna Harper. Had a hit to lead things off in the top of the first. First pitch, a ball inside. The 1-0 on the bottom end of the zones for a strike. One to Harper. She squares up a bunt. It gets down, and everybody's safe. Henley playing small ball and playing it to perfection. Harper laid that down right in front of home plate. Jacob came sprinting in to pick it up and could not beat her with the throw to first. That's where Henley's speed really comes in handy. Hornets are so quick on the base paths. A bunt that might not work for a lot of other teams will work for them. Samantha Moore takes a called strike. Bases loaded again for the Hornets, this time with 0 outs. That one in the turf. Moore walked in her first plate appearance. The 1-1. Bounces in the turf. Two-one count to Moore. Called strike. It's one of the things about this Henley team. You're going to see a lot more called strikes than swings and misses. That pitch upstairs for ball 3, and the count is full. Jacob has already issued a few walks on full counts. That time, Moore chops it foul down the third baseline. Count remains full. Wild pitch, run scores. 3-0 Henley, and Hidden Valley's going to have a discussion in the circle. Annie Campos now up to bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. She hit a home run off of Briella Jacob on Tuesday. She can do it again. That would blow this game wide open. Even a base hit would help stretch this lead out. Heck, even a deep pop fly with nobody out. First pitch to Campos is up high for a ball. One 0. Down low, ball 2. Two 0 upstairs. That was close to the zone. Briella Jacob being very cautious with the pitches. She certainly knows the damage that Annie Campos can do. That one a called strike right through the middle of the zone. Campos in a favorable position. She can certainly wait for just the right pitch. Looks at strike 2. Full count to Annie Campos. She has yet to take a swing. Now she does, chops it over the circle. They'll get 1 and 2. Run scores. And looks like we have an injured player for Hidden Valley. We'll take a break. You're watching Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Innocence youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Comfortable and not quit. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Introduce Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Aubrey Schmidt walked off holding an ice pack to the side of her head. She got run into on the base paths during that double play. So there's now 2 outs and a runner on third for Henley. Belle Birch at bat. She had an RBI her first time up. Schmidt was down for a while. That would be a major loss for Hidden Valley if she's unable to come back in. As we mentioned, one of the best hitters on this Mustang team. And one of the best in all of Oregon. Birch drives one foul. Down the first baseline. Oh, 1 upstairs. Anna Harper at third. 2 outs in the top of the second. Ball 2. So with Schmidt out, Sam Lesher has moved to shortstop. Nicole Fay has taken Lesher's place in, Natalie Fay has taken Lesher's place in left field. Over from right field. And Adriana Orellana has come on to play right field, and it looks like will also be hitting for Schmidt. Birch walked, and now Alana Benson is going to come in as a courtesy runner for her. Two outs, runners on the corners for Leliana Segura. Segura walked her first time up. She takes ball one here. Fouled behind. Segura, as we mentioned, had a 2-run home run on Tuesday off of Briella Jacob. Big swing and a miss there. Benson steals second. Benson steals second, and Harper comes in to score. So it's 5-0 Henley. 1-2 count to Segura. 2 outs, top of the second. Hornets trying to strengthen their hold on first place in the Skyline Conference. Upstairs, ball 2. Two-two to Leliana Segura. Driven, popped up, and it's going to come down in left field into the glove of Fay, and that's going to end the inning. Henley up 5-0. Hidden Valley going to try to cut into this deficit when we come back. I'm Bowling. You're watching Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Hidden Valley trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. Chloe Owens is going to lead things off for the Mustangs, and she flies out to short. To second, rather. Brings up Maddie Knable. And she takes ball one. Knable was 0 for 2. Walked twice, struck out twice on Tuesday. Takes a strike here. The 1-1. Outside. Two one, fouled into the chain link. For those of you just tuning in, Henley scored 2 in the top of the first, 3 in the top of the second. Jumping out to a 5-0 lead here in the second game of the season series with Hidden Valley. They won 8-3 on Tuesday here in Grants Pass. Although it took them until the 5th inning to get to 5 runs. Mabel hits it short, but they get her. And a tough retrieval and a tough throw for Jillian Vickery at third. I mean, that ball did not make it far out of the box. She had to really hustle to get there and make the throw. Now 2 down as Bailey Sandquist fouls one off. Sandquist was 0 for 3 on Tuesday. That one in the turf. The 1-1. Called strike. Annie Campos with a chance to get out of the inning here. The 1-2. Got her swinging. A 1-2-3 inning for Annie Campos. And Henley will come back to bat, leading 5-0 in the top of the third when we come back here on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
A 1-2-3 inning for Annie Campos sends Henley to the plate with a 5-0 lead in the top of the third. Campos got an out in all 3 of the conventional ways in that inning: a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Jillian Vickery, who made a great play from third base to get the second out, is going to lead off. She sends one high to center, and it's caught for the out. Good play by Mendez, the center fielder, to track that one. Brings up Natalie Hudson. Hudson struck out looking in her first at bat. She looks at a strike here. This will be the 75th pitch of the game for Briella Jacob. And it's a ball. Meanwhile, Annie Campos has only thrown 36 pitches. Two-two to Hudson. Bounce that one right in front of the catcher. Full count. Popped up. Too shallow right. In foul territory, actually. It's caught for the out. Knable, the freshman, making the catch there. And so Gracie White is going to try to keep things going. She got hit by a pitch her first time up. Takes strike one. Outside. One to White. Fouled into the bushes. That one might have cleared the bushes and gone down the hill. 1-2 to White. That's high, ball two. Jacob getting a pitch call from the dugout and throws it into the turf. The count is full again. Chopped past the circle, and they will get White at first. So a 1-2-3 inning for Hidden Valley after Henley scored 5 in the first two. Mustangs back up in the bottom of the third when we come back here on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Update from the baseball field as we get ready for the third. Henley trailing 2-0 against Hidden Valley. Hornets won the first game 13-2 on Tuesday. Would only be their second loss of the season. Still the bottom of the third, though, so lots of time. Over here on the softball field, and it's going to be Emily Hill to get things started. 8-hole hitter for the Mustangs. Takes ball 1. Hill did not play on Tuesday. So this is the first time her and Annie Campos have seen each other. She's got a 2-0 count. Fouls one toward third. Two one. Fouled into the chain link. The 2-2. Full count. Called inside. Full count for Hill. Pops one into shallow left. And a fairly easy catch for Hudson. So now it's Briella Jacob, the pitcher, getting her first plate appearance of the day. She was 2 for 3 with a couple RBI on Tuesday. Brian Stock just told his fielders this is a good hitter. She looks at strike one. Low and away, bounced in the turf. One. Big swing and a miss, strike two. One, two. Upstairs. Right on the edge of the zone. So a 2-2 count to Briella Jacob. struck her out. Looked like she sent that one up high. Jacobs swung at it, and there's 2 down. So we're back to the top of the order with Emma Mendez, who struck out in her first at bat. Takes strike 1 looking here. Another one looking, strike 2. Payoff pitch for Campos. Drilled into left field, and this gets down. Mendez headed for third as they scramble to get it, and that's a triple for Emma Mendez. So Hidden Valley with a chance to get on the board with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Brings up Natalie Fay, who also struck out in her first at bat. Second time this game, Hidden Valley's put a runner on third. Also did so in the first inning. Stranded runners were a problem for the Mustangs on Tuesday. They left 7 on base, including 5 in scoring position. Two-out count to Fay. .30. And Fay walks. Well, just moments ago, Annie Campos was looking at another 1-2-3 inning. Now she's got runners on the corners with Sam Lesher up to bat. Lesher's first at bat, she popped out to Campos. Takes the first one high. One 0 to Lesher. Big swing and a miss. The 1-1 inside. Two 1. Called strike. Another payoff pitch coming for Annie Campos. The 2-2. Up high, runner goes for second. And the throw was bobbled. Runner comes home to score. Full count, runner in scoring position. Hidden Valley gets on the board. Popped up, foul. Behind the Hidden Valley dugout. We were monitoring Briella Jacobs' pitch count earlier. This will be the 60th for Annie Campos. Full count, runner on second, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. That one's in the dirt, in the turf. Gets behind Birch, and once again, there are runners on the corners. And now Henley's going to have a meeting in the circle. The inning has gone pop out, strikeout, triple, walk, walk. The triple came with 2 strikes. An 0-2 count. Henley going to try to get out of the inning here. And it's and it looks like this is Aubrey Schmidt, who was injured earlier. One of the top hitters in the state. Takes ball 1 high and inside. Should say one of the top hitters in the state regardless of classification. That one low and inside. Ball 2. Called strike on the outside edge of the zone. Two one. Drilled to second, and that will end the inning. Hidden Valley gets on the board. Henley to bat in the top of the 4th when we come back. I'm Matt Bowling. You're watching Hornets softball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here. providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Nichols, Harper, and Moore to lead things off for Henley here in the top of the fourth inning. Henley went 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Gave up a run in the bottom. So you could say the momentum has maybe shifted a little bit here. But the Hornets with a chance to get it back. One to Nichols. Chop past the third. Chop past third. Nichols going to go for two. And she's out. It was a very well hit ball by Nichols. Maybe should have settled for the single. Well, hang on. She's back at second. And they might say Schmidt's foot was off the bag. And she's safe. Perhaps a bit of a lucky break for Nichols. The throw did beat her there. But Henley will certainly take it. And we're now back up to the top of the order with Anna Harper. She's 2 for 2 on the day. Chance to pull back the run that they gave up in the bottom of the third. Big swing and a drive into left field. The run will score. And it's a stand-up double for Anna Harper. That one was a no-doubter. So now it's Samantha Moore. Has not yet been credited with an at-bat. She was hit by a pitch and walked in her other two plate appearances. Tries to square up a bunt, but the pitch is high. One-oh. Another bunt attempt. Ball is dropped, and Harper takes third. Samantha Moore's being hit by the pitch earlier. Came with the bases loaded, so she does have an RBI. Even though she's still trying to earn a plate appearance. So Henley does get the run back. They're back up 5, 6-1. And Hidden Valley's talking it over in the circle. Two-0 count to Moore. Harper on third. Bit of a delay as umpire's still talking something over. Looks like we're ready now. The 2-0. Called strike. Sent foul into the Henley dugout. Well, not into, right off the fence in front of. Two to Moore. Driven toward third. They get her at first, but the run comes home to score. (7-1) Henley as Annie Campos comes to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes strike one. Driven right to second. And a nice snag for the out by Chloe Owens. So 2 out and nobody on for Belle Birch. Has an RBI and a walk. She shoots one right up the middle. And the inning continues. So it'll bring up Leliana Segura. 0 for 1 with a walk. Remember, she did hit a 2-run home run on Tuesday. That was her second home run in as many games. (1-0) is up high. (2-0) to Segura. That one's low, almost hit the turf. Segura's got a 3-0 count. 2 outs, runner on for Henley. In the top of the fourth, they lead 7-1. Called strike right in the middle. 3-1 to Leliana Segura. Upstairs. And they get Benson trying to take second. But it was ball 4. So she gets a free pass anyway. Maybe another lucky break for Henley there. Now it's Jillian Vickery. Had a sac fly RBI earlier. First pitch is a ball that's bobbled. And now Hidden Valley calls time. Infielder's going to come discuss something. One 0 to Vickery. 2 on, 2 out. Another one up high. Briella Jacob is now at 104 pitches. It's only the 4th inning. Very doubtful that she's going to be able to go the distance today as she did on Tuesday. Big swing and a miss from Vickery. Two one. Popped up, and that one's going to get down. A run scores, and Segura goes to second. So we continue. That's 2 2-out hits for Henley. Brings up Natalie Hudson. She sends one foul down the third base line. Hudson is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That one up high. That one in the turf. Ball 2. Two one. High and away. Popped up into foul territory, and it's off the roof of the batting cages. Full count for Hudson. 2 on, 2 out. Henley with a 7-run lead in the top of the 4th. approaching the run rule margin. It's 10 runs after 5 innings. Full count, and Hudson walks. Bases are loaded for Gracie White. She's 0 for 1, has been hit by a pitch. Briella Jacob is up to 112. Bases loaded, 2 out for Henley. White looks at strike 1. A week ago today, she hit 2 home runs against Klamath Union. Those were her only 2 home runs of the season so far. Henley has 7 different players with a home run this season. Testament to how deep this lineup is, that even the players whose stats don't necessarily scream power hitter can take you deep on the right pitch. Two-one the count to White. White swings at this one, sends it to short, and that will end the inning. Henley leaves them loaded, but they stretch the lead out to 8-1. Hidden Valley going to try to answer in the bottom of the 4th. Matt Bowling here with nobody. You're watching Henley Softball on Mason.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Owens, Knable, and Sandquist due up for Hidden Valley as the Mustangs face their largest deficit of the game here in the bottom of the 4th. Henley scored 3 in the top half of the inning. Owens is 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out to lead off the bottom of the 2nd. Sun's starting to get low here at Hidden Valley. Darkness comes earlier. We mentioned that on Tuesday, as the campus is surrounded by mountains. There's a reason they call it Hidden Valley. So both teams, especially Henley, probably in a hurry to try to wrap this game up before darkness becomes problematic. They've already had one game called off due to darkness this season. That was at Crook County back on April 3rd. It was the second half of a doubleheader. And they're actually going to finish that game at Henley this Saturday. Full count, and Owens walks. Crook County is number 5 in 4A according to the OSA computer rankings, so great chance for Henley to strengthen their resume. They're not going to get a ton of resume boosting win opportunities in Skyline Conference play. We did mention Hidden Valley is ranked number 10. But outside of that, it's Phoenix at number 16, Klamath Union at 19, and Mazama at 26. (0-2) is the count to Knable. And she takes one outside. One, two. Fouled into the chain link. I would estimate that we're about half an hour from the sun going behind that mountain based on what happened last night. I'll give you a quick look at it after this pitch. It's in the turf for a ball. So time maybe starting to become a little bit of a factor here. Popped foul. Knable 0 for 1 on the day. Takes a pitch high, full count. Knable's other at-bat was a ground out in the bottom of the second. And she's going to walk here. So 2 runners on with nobody out for Hidden Valley. And Bailey Sandquist, who struck out in her only at bat so far, but leads Hidden Valley with 5 home runs this season. She set a program record for the single season mark with 6 last season. So on pace to eclipse that by a pretty sizable margin. About a solid month left in the season. Takes a big swing and miss at that one. (0-2) count. Campos looking for her 5th strikeout of the game. It would be her 100th of the season. The throw gets away. A run will score. And Knable advances to second. That is a miscue, the likes of which we haven't really seen from Henley this season. Campos sends one high. That one right at eye level for Sandquist. Strike three looking. Big strikeout for Annie Campos. That is her 100th of the season. And it brings up Hill. Hill 0 for 1. Two oh the count to Emily Hill. Ball three. Three oh. And there's ball four. That does put a double play on the table for Henley to get out of the inning. Belle Birch coming to the mound to have a word with Annie Campos. She's up to 88 pitches now. And she will face Brielle Jacob. Pitcher versus pitcher. Two on, one out. First pitch is a ball. Second one inside. Annie Campos has thrown 6 straight balls. Make it 7. And another 4-pitch walk. That one's going to load the bases. And Hidden Valley's back to the top of the order with Emma Mendez. And suddenly a game that seemed comfortably in hand for Henley looks a lot less so. Looks like it's not going to be Mendez. believe they're going with a pinch hitter. No, it is Mendez. So I'm not sure what the umpire was making note of on his card there. Oh, it was a courtesy runner. Adriana Orellana is courtesy running for Jacob. Took a bit longer than it usually does to make that note. So bases loaded, 1 out for Mendez. She's got Hidden Valley's only hit of the day. Henley has committed 3 errors in the field. Another ball. Well, they've changed it. It's not Oriana, it's Harley Hips into courtesy run for Jacob. One. Fouled off behind the chain link. This would be a big strikeout for Annie Campos after walking her last 2 batters. The 1-2 popped up and foul behind the chain link. Another update from the baseball field. Henley staging a rally in the top of the 6th. They've scored 3 runs to cut Hidden Valley's lead to 4-3. 1 out for the Hornets with a runner on second. Over here, it's a 1-2 count. Driven into left field, foul. Campos approaching 100 pitches. The 1-2. Popped up toward the circle. Campos comes in to make the out. And that will not allow anyone to tag up. So Natalie Fay back up, trying to cash in on this bases loaded situation. She has struck out and walked in her other 2 at-bats, or plate appearances. Takes ball 1 here. Ball 2. Two-0 in the bottom right corner, called strike. That one low, ball 3. Three one. And that is called strike. Full count to Fay. Bases loaded, 2 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Annie Campos and the Hornets survive what was a very dangerous half inning there. They will come to bat in the top of the 5th after this break here on Mason.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Annie Campos issued 4 walks in the bottom of the 4th. Had the bases loaded with 1 out. But she came up with a pop out and a strikeout to end the inning. She has been known to pitch her way out of some jams throughout the season. Did so a couple times against Mazama. Henley leading off here in the top of the 5th with Susie Nichols. She also led off the top of the 4th. Henley batted through the lineup, scored 3 runs. Nichols is 2 for 2 today. Briella Jacobs still in the circle. And her 117th pitch is sent to third, and Nichols beats the throw to first. So back to the top of the order we go. Anna Harper is 3 for 3 with 1 RBI. With darkness not very far away, Henley would probably very much like to put up a 4 spot and then get a quick bottom of the inning to finish the game with a run rule. Harper fouls one past the batting cage. I really don't think either team would very much like to have to make a 2-hour drive just to play maybe 2 or 3 more innings. Harper drives one to second, and it's a base hit for the junior. Brings up Samantha Moore, 0 for 1 with 2 RBI. She got those RBI through being hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and a ground out. takes ball one here. .120 pitches for Briella Jacob. Driven to deep left, and it's going to be foul. One and one count to Samantha Moore. Squares up a bunt, but the pitch is high and outside. Around the upper left corner. Two one to Moore. Another bunt attempt. This one gets down. The throw to first is in time, but the runners advance. So it's Annie Campos, 0 for 2, has walked to try to drive him in. First pitch is up high. In baseball, Henley has now taken the lead 6-4. It's turned into a 6-run sixth inning for the Hornets. Henley baseball also ranked number 1 in 4A. Two-out count to Campos. Into the bottom right corner, just outside the bottom right corner. It's 3-0. To Annie Campos. Called strike. And Campos walks. Bases loaded, 1 out. Henley just faced this situation on defense in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like Gracie White is warming up in, well, can't quite call it a bullpen. Getting some tosses in behind the Henley dugout. First pitch to Belle Birch is up high. And the only other player listed as a pitcher for Hidden Valley on their OSAA roster is Aubrey Schmidt. Now, there are several players that don't have a position listed. Also several listed as utility players. Well, this will be the that was the 130th pitch for Briella Jacob. 2-1 count to Belle Birch. She's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Watches that one go high and away. Two for 2 with an RBI, has also walked. And I think that one hit her. A run scores. And it brings up Leliana Segura, who's 0 for 1 with a pair of walks. So Anna Harper at third, Hayden Higgins, courtesy runner, at second, and Alana Benson, another courtesy runner, at first. Segura takes ball one. Sun's starting to get behind the mountain. 1-0 to Segura. Segura drive into right field. It's caught for the out. Run tags up and scores. So it's 10-2 Henley. And there will be runners on the corners as Higgins was able to tag up and advance to third. So a sac fly RBI for Leliana Segura brings up Jillian Vickery. 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. One of those was on a sac fly. That's off the table for her with 2 outs here. Driven into left and caught to end the inning. Henley adds 2 more. Hornets go up 8, headed to the bottom of the 5th. I'm Matt Bowling. You're watching Henley Softball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Hidden Valley up to bat, trailing by 8 in the bottom of the 5th. Sam Lesher leading off. She's 0 for 1 with a walk. Annie Campos is back in the circle. Gracie White was getting warmed up in the top half of the inning. First pitch is popped foul behind the chain link. Oh, 1 count to Lesher. Called strike. That was the 105th pitch from Campos. Oh, 2, high and away. One, 2. Driven back towards center. And coming in from left field to make the catch is Liliana Segura. It'll bring up Aubrey Schmidt. 0 for 2. Lays down a bunt, but it's foul. And you can see the sun has now slipped behind the mountain. So we're kind of on the clock here. Not quite sure what the threshold is for a game to be official. I would imagine it's 5 innings. One, 2 count to Schmidt. That one floated up high for a ball. And that one in the turf. Count goes full. The 3-2. Driven to the fence. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Aubrey Schmidt. That one came pretty close to getting out. Schmidt again came into this game with a .659 batting average. That's the 7th best in all of Oregon, all classifications. That hit makes her 1 for 3 today. Pitch in the dirt. Schmidt going for third. And she'll get there. Schmidt, that is her, I believe, 16th stolen base on the season. And it brings up Chloe Owens. Driven to second, bobbled, but they get her at first. Run comes home to score. But an excellent play by Samantha Moore. Dove for it, bobbled it, but was able to recover and make the throw for the out. This one lined right to short, and that ends the inning. Hidden Valley scores 1, but can't do any better than that. We play on for now. Henley back up to bat in the top of the 6th. right after this break here on mybasin.com.
Simple, not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Briella Jacobs still pitching for Hidden Valley. She's thrown now 138. Just over half of them, 70, have been strikes. That one was a bunt attempt that went foul for Hudson. That one outside. Hudson 0 for 2 today. Takes a called strike. Over on the baseball field, Henley up 6-4 with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 7th. Hornets scored 6 in the top of the 6th. That game is also being streamed here on mybasin.com. It's on the radio as well, 104.3 and 960 Sports, with Josh Eldridge on the call. Natalie Hudson strikes out looking. It's going to bring up Gracie White. White sends one foul down the third baseline into the bushes. The 0-1. Fouled into the chain link. Oh, 2. That's low. Briella Jacob, despite nearing 150 pitches, not showing too much fatigue. That one driven into shallow left, and Gracie White is aboard with a single. Brings up Susie Nichols. She is 3 for 3. Pretty good day for the 9-hole hitter. Jacobs sends one upstairs. 1 on, 1 out for Nichols. In the top of the 6th, Henley with a 7-run lead. That pitch in the turf. Two 0 to Nichols, low and away. Three 0 count to Nichols, and she walked. No, she thought she walked. It was a called strike. Gracie White thought she walked too. She headed to second, and they threw her out at first. Everybody on the Henley side thought that was ball 4. And I mean everybody. 3-1 count to Nichols, and it's foul. So now it's a full count with 2 gone in the top of the 6th. Chop to the circle, and they get Nichols out at first. That's going to send us to the bottom of the 6th. Hidden Valley trailing 10-3 here on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
It's still Annie Campos in the circle for Henley as we get set to start the bottom of the 6th. Had a much better 5th inning after walking 4 in the 4th. Went pop out, double, ground out, ground out. Bottom of the order to lead things off for the Mustangs. Starting with Bailey Sandquist. She has struck out in both of her at-bats today. She tries to bunt on the first pitch, and it goes foul down the first baseline. Hasn't gotten too dark yet, even though the sun went behind the mountain about 15 minutes ago. No lights on this Hidden Valley field. It's an 0-2 count to Sandquist. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Emily Hill, 0 for 1 with a walk. Will try to be the first base runner of the 6th for Hidden Valley. takes ball one. And ball two. Called strike. Two, one, strike two. Back-to-back called strikes. Campos still going strong, 125 pitches. Sends that one upstairs. Full count. Full count. Chopped foul. Henley will next see Hidden Valley for a doubleheader at Henley on May 4th. Swing and a miss. And back-to-back strikeouts here in the sixth inning for Annie Campos. That doubleheader on May 4th will be the regular season finale for Henley. As their schedule stands right now, they'll have over 2 weeks off between the regular season finale and their first playoff game. Briella Jacob takes strike one. Swings and misses at that one. Oh, 2. Got her. Annie Campos strikes out the side in the sixth inning. And we head to the seventh. Henley trying to wrap things up 10-3 over Hidden Valley. I'm Matt Bowling. You're watching Hornets softball on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith-Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Over on the baseball field, Henley has wrapped up a 7-4 win over Hidden Valley. Hornets trailed 4-0 headed into the sixth inning. They scored 6. Added another in the seventh. Henley softball trying to wrap things up here, leading 10-3. Popped foul behind the Hidden Valley dugout. Anna Harper is 4 for 4 with an RBI. That's a season high for hits. Her perfect day is ended, though, with a ground out. And it'll bring up Samantha Moore. Oh for 1 with 2 RBI. We mentioned that both of those came. One came on a hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Other came on a ground out. Briella Jacobs still in the circle for Hidden Valley. This will be her 158th pitch. And it's clapped fair right down the left field line. And that's a stand-up double for Samantha Moore. That barely stayed fair. So here comes Annie Campos. Oh for 2 at the plate today. Has walked twice. Chance to bring more home here. She takes a ball. Ball 2. Moore back safely into second. Two-oh. That one gets away from Sandquist, and Moore goes safely into third. Up high. And it's a 3-0 count for Campos. 3-1. Campos sends one into shallow right, and they can't make the catch. Run scores. RBI single for Campos. (11-3) Henley. Belle Birch up to bat. She's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI and a walk. Hayden Higgins, the courtesy runner for Annie Campos. 3-0 count to Birch. Higgins at first, one out. Called strike. And Birch walks. So here comes Leliana Segura. 0 for 1, has an RBI on a sac fly, and has walked twice. If she were to score both runs here, I think that would end the game. First pitch is a ball. This is going to be the 170th pitch for Briella Jacobs. Or no, that was the 170th pitch. Here's 171. It's in the turf for a 3-0 count to Segura. And Segura walks, bases are loaded. And well, what's the hold up here? Looks like we got a new pitcher. So that is finally it for Briella Jacobs. She exits having thrown 172 pitches. And it looks like the battery has just gone out, so we've lost power to our camera, which is actually not bad timing. Better now than during an at-bat. Luckily, we have a second. And that should get us back. There it is. This game has gone now over 2.5 hours, which is about the lifespan of the batteries we bring to power our broadcast setup. So it's going to be Chloe Owens to close out the game in the circle for Hidden Valley. And right away gives up a hit to deep left field, and that is going to score 2. And well, looks like they're going to keep playing. The 10-run rule should take effect anytime after 5 innings. Here's one driven to center, caught for the out. So that was Jillian Vickery with the 2 RBI double. Natalie Hudson just flew out to center. Henley with a 13-3 lead now here in the top of the 7th. Gracie White takes ball 1. That one fouled off past the Henley dugout. Two in scoring position, 2 out, 1-1 count to Gracie White. Hornets have passed the run rule threshold. Well, they've met the run rule threshold. But the game continues. 2-1. Chop toward third, run scores. They get White at first to end the inning. So the run doesn't score. Last 3, Hidden Valley down to their last 3 outs. Bottom of the 7th when we come back here on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Annie Campos looking to wrap up another complete game. She's at 132 pitches. So it looks like we are going to be able to finish this game, even though the sun went behind the mountain about half an hour ago. She faces Mendez to lead things off. Mendez sends one to left field, and Segura's there for the catch. Brings up Natalie Fay. Has struck out twice, walked once. Takes ball 1 high. Foul down the first baseline. The 1-1. Fouled off. Well, we mentioned that Annie Campos has reached double-digit strikeouts in 3 games this season. She's currently sitting at 9. I think that one might have hit Faye. That was a drop third strike, and Fay reaches first. So here comes Sam Lesher. Lesher 0 for 2 with a walk. That one at Lesher's feet. 2-0. Double play ends the game. Driven to center. Harper with the catch. And there's 2 out. So it's going to be Aubrey Schmidt to try to keep this game going. Even though some might say it's gone on long enough. We're right about approaching the 2-hour, 45-minute mark. Campos trying to wrap up her 4th 7-inning complete game of the season. That's going to be a passed ball, and Fay advances to second. Two-0 runner on second, and that's a called strike. Three one, and she walks. Chloe Owens, who just closed out the top of the 7th in the circle, comes up to bat. Owens is 0 for 2, has an RBI and a walk. The RBI for Owens came on a ground out in the bottom of the 5th. One. That's a ball. The 2-1 popped up, and finally that will do it. Henley 13, Hidden Valley 3, your final. Hornets extend their winning streak to 10 after a marathon 2-hour, 45-minute game. Henley will be back in action on Saturday as they host Crook County for a top 5 matchup. They'll finish a game that was called due to darkness on April 3rd. with the score tied at 2 in the 4th inning. Then they'll start a new game right after that. First game will technically resume at 11 a.m. I'll be there. Kevin Petrick should be back as well. But for now, this is Matt Bowling saying thanks for watching and have a great rest of your evening. Also, there will be a recap up probably pretty late tonight on mybasin.com. Going to go ahead and skip the rundown so that I can get packed up and start this 2-hour drive back to Klamath Falls. All right. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on Saturday.